Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the World Away, and today I'm going to be doing stages 57 to 62 of the Fanhome release of Build the Nissan Skyline. And boy, is this a big issue. Now, not big as in the amount to do, just big of what we've got. As you can see, I've got this massive box behind me. I'm going to show you what's in the box in a minute. But if you do want to get this for yourself, you will have to check it's available in your territory. I've put a link in the video description, and there's also that QR code on the screen. Now, I believe today we are going to be working a little bit more on the dashboard, finishing that off. We're going to need some electrics on this, but we do have the full bodywork. It's over there. So, without further ado, let's get cracking. So, stage 57. Here's the magazine. Looking like this. Let's turn to the instructions. And we've got this part of the dashboard here. So, there's one little thing here, which is the dashboard upper vent. But we are going to be detaching a cable here, which looks like cable T. And we're going to be putting that into the dashboard, and that's it. So this is going to be a quick stage, and you can see that by this pack. That is all we've got. We haven't even got any screws or anything like that. So let's get this out, bring over what I've got left, because we have been taking wires out of this to put as we go along, but I do need cable T. So just looking around here, and there it is. That was a hunt. Okay, now we haven't actually attached this dashboard to the car yet. From what I remember is I just put a screw in here to demonstrate it last time, how it looks. So I can take that off, and I'm going to be putting this LED just into this section at the top here. Now, I'm going to push it in, but I'm holding it with my thumb because obviously this is on a hinge. Excellent. So that when that opens, it's not going to impede it. Perfect. As a matter of fact, they do want me to just check that that's not impeded of that opening. But that was an ultra quick stage. And even though we did get this part of the dashboard, which I'm guessing probably goes, I don't know, somewhere at the top there, we're not to put them in yet. So I'll put that to one side and we'll move on to the next stage. Which means we're doing stage 58. Let's just see what we're doing in here. We have got the steering column, so we're going to start doing the steering now, putting all of this together here, just like that. So by the time we've done this, we actually get to mount the steering column to the dashboard as well. So we are still working on the dashboard here, and everything I need's in here. So I'll get all of that, make sure there's no static clinging to anything. And the first thing I want is the steering wheel shaft seal, they're calling this. Now these are plastic, they're just going to go together like this. So that's going to go in there like that. Now I've got to be careful now because I'm putting these stalks into place. Now they are having different things on each side. So let me get my magnifying glasses on. So the one with the indicator on, which is this one here, is going to be going on this side there. Just like that, and the other one's going to go on the other side. Don't worry about the orientation at the moment because you can turn these around once the top's on. But getting the top on while I'm putting these into place is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but there is a way to do this. And that's quite simply put this over the top to where it goes. So that's fitting okay, and I've already got one in here, and it's just a case of pushing this one in as well. It's not attached, so I can do that. And there you go. That's how you get them both in. Now they do go quite in. They should move just a touch. They shouldn't be flopping around. If they are, it means you haven't pushed them in far enough. I'm holding this together with AP screws. So I've got them here. Let's put them in. One this side and one the other side. Bring over the dashboard. And this is going to be going this way round into the dashboard like that. Once again, it's going to be held in from the other side with AP screws. So you can see the two holes for that. One there and one here. Now, we do have a couple of bits left over. I can put that to one side, namely the shaft for the steering wheel and this bracket here, but that's all there is to do in that stage. So in stage 59, here's the magazine. And this time we're going to be doing some more of the dashboard by the look of it. Look at this wire we got here looking like that. So it looks like we're going to be creating a radio, I guess, or a centered display. So we do get to actually mount this to the part that we had in the first stage, namely this part. We're just going to be putting this together, taking another lead out, plugging this into the center display. So by the end, that's how that's looking. And here are the parts for stage 59. That little wire, I thought we were going to have to do the coils in that myself. But no, they are all done for us. Quite a nice little detail, that is. So what we're going to do is we're going to be taking the dashboard for the first stage and this radio. Now, it's actually going to be going in following the notch there. So probably best on the top camera. Push that in so it fits flush in there like that. So from this side, that's how that's looking. Matter of fact, that's the side that's going to be facing you there. Now, we actually get to put this on the dashboard. So, get some AP screws out. Just moving all of those wires out the way as well. And this is going to go into position just like that there. Okay. Now, every time I have to do something like this, I always find it easier to put the middle one in first. And that's going to hold the whole thing in for me. So I can get the ones in at the other side. And then finally, I've just got one on the other side. Now, the bulb that you can see here is going to go into the radio. So I'm just pushing that into the slot here. Like that. I'm then folding that wire down. So it's not going to impede anything like that there. Okay, I need to detach cable Q. So here's my nest of cables again. I find it just easier to find the number on the circuit board, then just pull it out. There's Q. And with that, what I'm going to do is take this piece here, push this through the hole on this side so it can fit flush into the cavity on this side here. Now it is going to need a 90-degree bend in it. I normally use my duckbill pliers for that. Makes a perfect 90-degree bend, as you can see. So that can sit in there just like that. Now on top of that, I've got this display. And I want the arms of this to be towards the hole at the back. So this is going to go in this way here. And just clip that into place. You heard that clip all the way around. That's good. Going to be mounting this into the dashboard now. So if I have it this way round, pass the cable through the hole here. Just like this, get it all the way in. And then this is going to be going into the slots that we can just see into the dashboard here. So on this side and on this side. And it's just a push in. There you go. That's in place like that. Two more bits to put in. One in this bag just here. So tiny detail here just going into the hole just there. That is just an adapter for the wire which is going to power the radio. And guess where the wire is? It's this one just here. So you've got one end which has got like a 90-degree angle. That's going to go into that hole. And one end's going to go into the radio. Now I think I am going to put some glue just onto the end of these. Because I don't want these going anywhere. So a little bit on the end here. A little bit on the end here. And there you go. When that's in, it should look like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 60, here's the instructions. And we are going to be doing the Nitro Oxide kit. Putting this together, just like that. And I'm guessing this is going to go into the interior, like that, there. So, that looks like this. Lots of littleish details here. Get this open. And the first thing I want to do is I want to put 3 connectors into 3 valves. So they look like this. They've got a semicircular lug on this, so it can only go in one way. And they should look like that. Repeat that another 2 times. Then I'm going to be taking a tank like this, one with a hole, one with a central spindle here. Now, you want to make sure the like ends, see the top camera are the same. That's going to go in there, but don't push it all the way through because we've got to put one of these valves in, which is going to go in there. So that's how that looks. But the way this works is that, as you can see, we've got a mount for this here. So I want to line up the lugs at the bottom so that get this last one in here, so that the valve end here is towards the end here, which hasn't got any dots in the middle, if that makes sense. Let me just get an AP screw out and ready. Turn this over, and I'm screwing this in from the other side just here. Perfect, so that's how that looks. And then I'm just going to repeat that with the other 2. So again, make sure the like sides are together. Put a valve in. Put this into position. Again, all of those valves should be pointing in the same direction now. AP screw to hold that in. And then I'll just do the same with the last one. So there's a lot of nitro there. We're going to be putting this into the floor pan. And quite cleverly, I like how this works, it actually goes on top of the batteries. So the batteries are actually stored underneath this. So I'm just pushing these into the lugs. We do have lugs at the bottom. There you go. That's into place. That's all there is to do in that stage. In stage 61, here's the magazine. Looking like this. And we are now going to be, oh wow, look, we get to see the bodywork. You're going to love this. So we are just taking the support bars. These come to stop it warping when it's in transit. We don't need these, so we're just going to be taking these off. And by the look of it, we're putting some seals on each side. So let me show you this bodywork. And it's a big old box. Check that out. Okay, let's open this. And that is what that looks like. That looks lovely. Wow. Now, as I said, we do have these support bars on here. Now, I'm just going to gently put that down. I should really put this on a mat, but I don't think I'm going to be moving it around. All I'm going to be doing is taking these screws out here and here to get this support bar out. So let me do that now. You don't need this support bar, so once it's out, throw it away. Got 3 pieces left here, so I've got the door sill first. And it's going to be going into position just on the side of the doors, either side here. So it has got some adhesive on the back. I'll take that off and put that in. And as you can see, that's one in. I'll just do the one on the other side. And that's them both in there. Now, all I've got to do is at the back here now, this last little detail I've got here, which is the catch for the trunk lid or the boot lid. I'm just going to push into there. Whoops. 2 lugs on the bottom, you see. Can be a bit springy. It's going to push into there like that. And that's all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack here. Here's the instructions. No idea what we're doing. We are going to be doing the roll cage and trunk tray, which looks just like this. Looks like they've gave us some insulating tape here. Going to be putting these parts together here. By the look of it, what's this? This is on the circuit board. Have I got to detach this? I'll figure that out in a second. Putting this into the tray here, putting all of this together so it looks like that. And then mounting this to the interior of the car, as you can see there. I think they are kind of like the neons that are in the back of the car. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting these into this section here. Now, they can only go one way because they are keyhole patterned. So they're going to go in like that, and they're held in with KP screws. So one there, looks good. Do the same on the other side. So there you go, both in like that. Put that aside and now bring over the wiring loom again. Now in this massive circuit board here, I need to take out the wires number 11. So digging through everything here, they are in number order. There's 10. So that's 11 there. So I've got number 11. I've also got number 12 with it as well. Let's get these out. Don't forget you are taking out the positive and the negative of these. Having it this way round, I'm going to be putting number 11 in first. So I want the red lead of number 11 to go down this side here. The hard bit here will be to thread that bit of paper through. But there you go. And then put that all the way down until you get to the cob light there. And then I'm going to be putting the ground side into this hole here. Again, with the same difficulty of getting that paper through. So now that's going to sit flat in there, just like that. Now what they want me to do on the underside is if I push these over towards the center here, so one this side and one this side, I can then put some of this tape in to stop that moving. There you go. That looks good. Do the same on the other side. So again, this way round, I'm going to be having the red cable down this side and the ground cable down this side. Line up this light exactly as I want it. Make it nice and flat, and then again bend this tight around here so that it will sit flat in there like that. And once again, some insulating tape to hold that into place. So that should be how that looks now. I'm going to be putting this into the car. We're not using this, so I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to bring my mat up now. Obviously, this is the one that Mrs. Welder Wayne did for me. Now, the reason I've got the mat up is because when I put this in, which is going to go in here, it's going to fit on top, just like this here, but it is held in from the underside with CP screws. So, turn it upside down and get these screws in. One this side and one this side just here. And with that in place there, that's all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Now you know we've got batteries in there and we've got the remote control. And look, here I've just got the board that we've been taking everything out of. So let me plug in these cables again from the bodywork. So what I'm going to do is put the bodywork on top. I've got all the wires here coming out big time. So that's on like that. Obviously none of this is in the instructions. I'm just doing my own thing here. Let's plug these neons back in. That's every lead that I can see on the car. It's all plugged in, so let's turn it on. So that's what the dashboard is looking like. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? And then if we go back, we can look at those neons that we just installed. They look good. And now everything is connected to the board still, so I can just ensure I can check every electric, to be honest with you. So we've got sound. We've got like brake lights here. Some of the lights aren't connected, so as you can see, they're flashing. Headlights, they're there, and we can turn them all on and stuff, but not doing them yet because we haven't connected them yet. But that's giving you an idea of how this is going to look. But there you go. I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.